All right, my friends, enough is enough. Now all of a sudden you guys are price sensitive when AMD has a GPU that's actually really, really good. Now all of a sudden you guys get all price sensitive. Well, I'll tell you why I'm not buying it, and I'll tell you why I'm still holding my ground, saying that these prices are, yeah, they are the new normal. You either accept it or you move on, because these things are still selling out. They're still not available. I mean, you're still seeing them sell out everywhere for the prices that they are being overcharged. So here's the thing. If you're gonna sit and complain about the GPU prices now, but you never did anything before when Nvidia was out there selling you their GPUs and raising the price every freaking generation, but now all of a sudden the AMD's got a competing GPU and Nvidia's not doing that well with the drivers and they're having issues and runaway freaking pricing. Now all of a sudden you guys become price sensitive. That's what I don't understand. So look, I'm tired of the YouTube game. I am. Like I'm sick and freaking tired of it. The other YouTubers, yeah, dude, it's easy. I could sit here and bash Nvidia and AMD on prices all day long and probably get a lot more clicks, but let's be real. And maybe only the real people, are gonna just keep watching this channel, because look, people want to have fun. $1,000 for a GPU, while yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, it is, like you're actually gonna have to like have the ability to do that with the job or whatever. But at the end of the day, there are still affordable options out there. There are affordable options out there. Like you can still buy a PlayStation 5 Pro if you're that price sensitive to the whole PC thing. Like if you're honestly at a point where you're price sensitive now after all the shit Nvidia's done, for as long as they've done it, for as long as they've held you upside down and shook all the money out of your pockets, if you're all of a sudden price sensitive, there's a PlayStation 5 Pro for you sitting on a Best Buy shelf near you right now. There's an Xbox Series X sitting on a Best Buy shelf near you right now. So yeah, that's why I don't buy it. That's why I just call it bullshit like it is, because all these other YouTubers out there complaining about the price and shit. Look, man, if PC, this is a hobby. It's a form of entertainment. It is not a necessity. It's not going to keep you alive. It's not going to feed you. It's not going to clothe your kids. None of that shit. So we're already past the point of necessity. It's a hobby. Okay. Now, I personally have come to the conclusion that, like, even after spending $939 on a 70 class card, a TI 70 class card, look, you guys are the ones that said Nvidia was the best and let them run rampant with the pricing. You never, ever even thought to yourself one time, like, hey, you know what, man, these Nvidia prices are getting high. Maybe I should buy an AMD GPU just to try to tip the scales a little bit to keep the emphasis on freaking competition. You decided to do that every time you took the money out of your pocket and you're like, well, it's got better ray tracing and it's got DLSS and it's got 5 more frames. So yeah, I'm going to go Nvidia for $200 more than the average AMD price ever. Like, and now all of a sudden AMD has a GPU. Like I kid you not. It's got incredible freaking AI upscaling. It's got frame generation. It's got every single thing you guys cried and whined about not being able to buy, or I can't deal with the blurriness. Really, guys, really, man. See, that's why I think PC gamers seriously need some therapy. They absolutely need some therapy. I can get on this monitor right here, switch it to 1080p mode, and play any game on it at max settings and fully enjoy that experience. No, Frog, you don't understand. 1080p is blurry trash. No, it's not. It is not blurry trash. And when you have OLED HDR on there, it looks even better. Like, man, okay, so here's the thing. PC gaming is going up. Console gaming is going up. The cost of games are going up. Obviously, if the other YouTubers had any power that are significantly bigger than my channel to keep prices down, They did exactly the opposite, and they kept peddling that Nvidia crap, word after word, DLSS and DLSS, everything. It's like you'd listen to one of their things and it would be like DLSS 50 times a video. And then the one generation where Froggy's like, you know what, guys, I'm not even gonna fight it anymore. I'm just gonna accept it. We're just gonna move forward. I'm gonna try to have fun. I'm gonna enjoy, make content for you guys. All of a sudden, everybody's, all the other YouTubers are all of a sudden negative about it. Like, seriously, dude, I'm not gonna follow those guys and parrot the same shit that they say, because they're all clowns, man. They don't even make sense. They come out here, they do these benchmarks, okay, showing you just raw power, which doesn't even tell you the full story. It really doesn't. Like, there's no way that is going to tell you the full story. These GPUs are different. They're 50% the hardware performance. They're 50% software. That is the new normal going forward. And to tell you the truth, I have found it to be quite good, actually. Okay, for the most part. When I first got Assassin's Creed Shadows on the 9070 XT and the 5070 Ti, and I put that in there on native resolution, and I looked at that, I was like, absolutely not, absolutely not. I was like, wow, this is only like 37 frames a second, and I was like, wow, this is horrible. And then obviously turning on just FSR3 was like, okay, I can play this. It definitely feels better, but it is a lot softer. And then I played on the Nvidia 5070 Ti, and the DLSS made it look significantly better. To make a long story short, these technologies, the only thing that's changed is the technologies over the course of that game coming out, and it is significantly better on both of them now. With DLSS 4, with FSR 4, with frame generation, with all of the works and everything, I could play that game north of 100 frames a second at 3440 by 1440p, or damn near 100 frames a second at 4K, and have pristine looking image quality. And the only thing that's changed on these GPUs since they launched is the software. The software has improved that much in just the last couple of months that where I can now play this game at a very good image quality at a decent frame rate. So, like I said, they want to sit there and keep you mad, okay? They want to do these outdated GPU benchmarks. Okay, that's fine. Like, nobody's stopping them. But for the people that are interested in seeing and feeling how these new GPUs run, that's what I'm here for. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm a gamer first, tech dude bro next. Okay, I am more concerned with how the games feel and how my experience is than I am concerned with Nvidia and AMD making a little bit of extra money off their software stack. Like, I don't really care. If I can afford it, I'll buy it. If I can't afford it, I'm not going to buy it. I've had multiple opportunities to buy a 4090 when they came out. My camera, I bought this camera instead of buying a 4090. It's not even always about the power. Like, yeah, the raw power, but once you get to that top end, you're just feeding that. You know, you're just feeding that nonsense. If you're price sensitive, speak with your wallet. Speak with your freaking wallet, my friends. Stop being led like little sheep all over the place. You know, I guarantee you that most of you, I mean this honestly, as a real honest freaking dude, like, most of you are gonna enjoy the shit out of these two GPUs. And you're going to see a significant improvement over what you would have gotten if you were just buying a pure rasterized card. These new technologies, while they came out sputtering and tripping along the way, I didn't even like DLSS until it got to DLSS 4. Like, I mean, it was good in some games, but it wasn't like always, like, it wasn't my go-to. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I just got to have DLSS. We've been duped, man. We've been duped. I've been calling this out for a few years now. You guys didn't listen to me. No, Frog, you're wrong. I'm going to buy Nvidia because it's the best. Man, AMD competed all last generation. They might have run hotter, needed more power, but them cards were on point and they were absolutely incredible in the 7000 series. 9070 XT comes back to a more performant, you know, price per performance. Let's be real. These cards are expensive. There are some models that you can get, you know, like 750. There's some, you know, cheaper models of the 5070 Ti, but let's be real, man. If you take into consideration Nvidia's lie about the 5070 being a 4090, if you take into consideration that, hey, man, if you have enough like if you have enough like base power to get you a good enough experience on these GPUs, that 4X frame generation really does outperform what you would have got with those other GPUs. Now, I do understand and see the logic of what Jensen and his team have put together for the Nvidia launch. They shouldn't, knowing the PC market space and just who is in charge of like the market, or not marketing, but like who their audience is on like YouTube and stuff like that, it was never going to go over well for Nvidia doing the 4X multiplier. Like, it was never going to go over well for them. Okay, like this is one of those technologies where Nvidia is either going to lose a whole lot of trust and a whole lot of freaking like faith in their products, or they're going to pull it off, and people like me are going to play it and they're going to be like, okay, wow, this is actually pretty damn good. This is the first generation of GPUs that I don't feel completely ripped off from Nvidia GPU. I legit feel like the 4X multiplier of frame generation and DLSS 4 have significantly improved my Nvidia experience. I sat here all day on my 5070 Ti yesterday playing games. Man, I stayed up till like 4 in the morning, or was it? No, it was like 3:13, almost 4 o'clock in the morning, playing Assassin's freaking Creed 3 at 1080p. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, these GPUs are more than sufficient to entertain you, to provide that feeling of greatness that you want. Instead of being freaking out like everybody's trying to make you do, like the only thing that's happening is you're mad and you don't have a new good GPU, and them dudes are making money on their YouTube ad revenue and all that stuff, and they're playing on the fucking GPUs they're telling you not to buy. I mean, how dense is America? How dense are consumers these days? These dudes have exactly what they're telling you is too expensive, and they're enjoying it. Most of them, damn near all of them, got them for free, and they are enjoying that while telling you it's not good enough for you, because anger sells significantly better than telling you, yeah, guys, anger sells. It's a lot easier to convince you that the prices are fucked up over telling you that, like, okay, yeah, dude, like, frame generation's actually pretty cool. It works. It gets the job done. You tell me, man, what's easier to convince somebody? And like, I'm so sick of these damn dudes that they just take the easy road, man. They run with popular thought, and they're like, yeah, man, this is going to be popular. These prices are so high. Okay, yeah, they are uncomfortable. They're not high. They're uncomfortable. You're not used to paying for a product with the 70 class moniker at an 80 class moniker price. That it wasn't even an 80 class. Like, seriously, guys, it's literally been from like 3080, 3090, 4090 or 4080 or whatever. Like, just the last few generations where the prices have like gotten way out of control. And that's because they are literally charging you more for these features. You remember when I used to complain about this shit all the time? You don't remember, do you? No, like that's what I thought. Like, you don't remember the whole couple of years that I railed against this because I saw this coming. I mean, technically, the end game would be, hey, man, ray tracing and everything is just too extreme to put in a GPU and send to your house. You're just gonna have to stream it. Like, that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. Like, seriously, you own nothing and be happy, apparently. But I saw this coming. I warned you about it. You kept telling me until you all caps and screaming at me every single day how good and better Nvidia was. And I was like, no, guys, you need to like speak with your wallet. Go buy an AMD GPU so you can know the difference between them both. And then you're just an AMD shill. Really? I'm an AMD shill, and you guys made it so our prices for 70 class cards are $1,000 because, yeah, like I said, the GPU prices now are the new honey for the tech reviewers, man. Like, it's so outdated. It really is outdated, and I hate having to reiterate this, and I hate having to say this, but until you guys actually understand and see, and maybe I'm not the very best at like communicating this, I do apologize. But You take a product, they've been covering it, they build trust, they build all that stuff with you, they build a community, they build camaraderie, whatever, okay? And then when it's called influencing for a reason, my friends. Nvidia will send them out free GPUs. They're like, yeah, man, Nvidia is the best, and they just love it. I mean, obviously, if that's their brand choice, they're gonna promote it a lot harder, and they might not even, you know what I mean? Like, it's called influencing, okay? If you are blown away with a Halo product, like a 90 series card, okay? You're blown away with that, and you've got everybody watching you. You've got a lot of influence. You've got a pretty big platform, right? So you've got people that are in the 60 series bracket. They just cannot afford anything better than that. All the way up to, other, like-minded individuals like themselves that are bougie and got to have the most premium experience every generation. You're going to have all of those along the way. And let's just be real, man. Nvidia's lower end products for the longest time just could not do the full feature set at a reasonable experience for that money. I mean, you had a 5060 Ti's for $500. For 500 or 4060 Ti, 16 gigabyte cards for $500. Okay? You might have complained then, but those cards sold very well. You might have complained about the 4060. Those cards sold pretty well. Look, I mean, you can try to hide behind well, they're just going to put them in pre-built and people are going to buy them. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And why are they going to buy them? This is the only reason the people are going to buy those, is because they have been force-fed that Nvidia is the best for so damn long, and they're coming from a $500 console, $700 console. They're coming into the PC space, and that damn 60 series freaking PC is like $1,500. And they're like, oh gosh, I don't know, man. I'm unsure about PC. I don't know if I want to spend this money, but okay, $1,500. And then they get it home, they throw it on their 4K TV, and they're like, holy shit, they're surprised this shit can do 4K on some games. So they're like, wow, man, I got a good deal. And it looks better than the console. Even on a 60 class freaking card, they still get amazed by that. And then the cycle starts all over again, because then they finally realize, after 6, 7, 8 months, they're like, oh dang, the 60 class card, I need more VRAM so I can play all the games I want to play. Because then they get into that, they become radicalized, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love PC. And then they start seeing how cheap it is to get games. They don't have to pay for online gaming no more. You start saving a lot of money on PC really, really fast, so you've got more money to invest into your hobby. And so all of a sudden, you are finding yourself needing to upgrade, and you probably bought a pre-built. You probably got one that was, depending on which one you bought, you might have the ability to upgrade further. You might actually have to end up rebuilding a whole PC. Like, I've been in both circumstances now with pre-builds. I bought my first pre-built. I had to rebuild the whole thing just to buy the parts I wanted. And then my second one is actually a modular, fully built with regular parts PC, so I can upgrade that at my leisure whenever I want to. So yes, that's why it's incredibly frustrating these days to see so many people so price sensitive all of a sudden when it comes to GPUs. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Like, I don't believe you're price sensitive. I believe that you're out there buying these GPUs because they are still selling for a high price. This does not fit the average AMD cycle where they come out and then a couple months later they already knocked the price down. This shit came out and the prices have remained super high. Even last generation cards are still remaining high priced. It's $1,200 for a 90 or 7900 XTX. I don't buy it. I don't believe you. I don't believe you're price sensitive. I believe you just want to complain. That's it. It's simple. Okay? Just be honest. If you had $1,000 to spare right now, and you didn't have to worry about anything else, I guarantee you would go buy one of these GPUs and you would be happy with it. Like, you would not be super distraught and upset once you start using this stuff. Dude, I've got people in my comment section all the time like, yeah, man, I've got a 10 series or this series or that series, and I'm using lossless scaling and it's freaking awesome. In my opinion, from what I've tried from lossless scaling, it is not. I mean, you might be able to tune it better. Maybe this is just a user skill issue or something. But I find both AMD's fluid motion frames and regular frame generation, as well as DLSS 4 frame generation, to be better most of the time, like, and easier to use. Whereas lossless scaling, I was like, it leaves like this, for me, every game I tried, it left like this weird, like it exaggerated the like judder blur, whatever that was coming out of it. And maybe there's a way to set that a little bit differently. You know what I mean? I didn't play with it long enough because I have, you know, 2 GPUs. They already have the technology that I'm testing right now, but I have people out there telling me that they're willing to use that. So I know the frame generation and smoothing, frame smoothing, obviously upscaling DLSS, all of these features are stuff that people, even Nvidia said, 80%, not 10%, not 20%, not 30, 40, 50, or 60, no, 80% of their customer base actively enables DLSS. 80%. So I know there's 80% of PC gamers out there that want these features, that are like, oh my gosh, blown away by these features. I've had them in my comment section for the last 3 years. DLSS is better. Seriously. Like, I mean, really, bro. And now all of a sudden everybody's price sensitive. When I was price sensitive last generation, you know, saying, no, man, I ain't paying that much for that. It's 16 gigabytes and all that stuff. Everybody freaked out on me back then too. And now all of a sudden it's like, no, dude, it's like the technology's better. It's significantly better. It's doing a good, it even convinced me that this technology is good. So here's my thoughts, okay? You can pretend to be price sensitive or angry all you want, but let's just be real. Most of you guys, if you had the opportunity or the ability to get this GPU, or if you do have the ability and you're sitting on the fence and you're mad because your best good favorite YouTuber is making you upset about the price, here's my thoughts on it. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I did a video, you can watch it. It was like 40 minutes. I was playing around with it. So I had Star Wars Outlaws, okay? I'm running a game at 4K, we're DLSS, we're in performance mode. I'm running it at, you know, with 4x frame gen, over 160 to 170 frames a second. And I'm telling you, like I'm telling you right then and there, I'm like, look guys, like I'm convinced that the software side of this, okay? Because you've heard him say like, oh yeah, it's all fake, it's all magic, everything like that, and it is true to an extent, okay? So with the current GPUs, this is my take on it, and this is why you know I kind of think everybody's a little bit wrong. I feel like our performance in terms of hardware rasterization is pretty good. Not as good as you would want for $1,000 card. Clearly, I mean it's lacking if you're looking at it full on. This is the hardware side of things. Obviously, that is lacking, at least to a point where like your 5070 Ti is on par with a 4080. That card costs $1,000, man. It cost $1,000 last generation, and people were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna buy it now. And on the other side of that, when you turn on the features, it gets propelled significantly further with that. Okay, so I do kind of feel like the hardware pricing should, if it was hardware only, yeah, prices should still remain low like they are on like older GPUs. But I do think that what we should really be asking AMD and Nvidia is, hey guys, are you being fair with the software pricing that you're charging us? Are you being fair? Because we all know we're not dumb. We're not stupid. We know it doesn't cost them that much money physically to produce these cards. So what we need to ask AMD and Nvidia at the end of the day is, hey guys, are you guys being realistic with the pricing of the software stack that you're providing with these GPUs? Are we being treated fair? Are we getting the best bang for our buck? Well, that's what we should be asking, because I think hardware-wise, I think we're there. Like hardware-wise, it's I don't see a huge regression over at least the last generation. So I'm not too negative about that, and I do think that like hardware-wise, I think both the 9070 XT and 5070 Ti are an amazing card. Okay. But when it comes to the software stack, that's what we should be asking AMD and Nvidia. Hey guys, are you guys being fair with the savings that you're making by not having to produce as much hardware, are you splitting that evenly with us? Are you, being able to make enough money to do research and development, but are you giving us a fair shake on the other end? Because we still have to buy these GPUs, and we're buying them with a physical mindset because we haven't switched over to the software side of things. So yeah, I would like a little bit more clarification from Nvidia and AMD on just how they've come to the pricing, because I do feel like MSRP wise, if we're looking at the $600 9070 XT price for MSRP stock card and a $750 stock card price for the 5070 Ti, that seems reasonable. That's like, wow, they're actually giving us a pretty good discount on that stuff. I feel like those prices are in some ways maybe a little bit lower than they should be, but at the same time, like if I was factoring in the software and stuff, I think $750, $800 for each card would be okay, because this software is like blowing my mind. Like it's pretty damn good. I like it. I think it's really good, to be completely honest with you. I'm finding not a lot of issues being able to use this and enjoy my games on a controller. Like I'm not having that problem. Now, obviously, if you look at, I don't know, man. Like I turn on frame generation and I don't feel like I'm at a disadvantage. I don't feel like I need a stronger card to play any of the games I own right now. So that's where I'm at. We should probably be asking AMD and Nvidia, hey guys, are you splitting the difference with us evenly? If you look at the MSRP that they both set for the GPUs, yeah, that's no question. No question that they're being reasonable with pricing for that software stack. But when you look at the AIBs and you look at the prices and then the scalpers and all of that stuff, yeah, I can see why most people think that the prices are ridiculous, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, man. I just have a different way of looking at things. I really do. I think that people are more likely to rage bait on YouTube and try to drive clicks and views that way than they are by actually giving people the real information that they need to make these decisions. I'm a regular person just like you. I pay for a significant amount of my gaming habit. Every now and then I get a product from a company like Nacon or something. They'll be like, hey man, you want to cover our product? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, is this a product that I would have bought? If I was in the market for a microphone, sure. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's an option. Like, cool. I want to try to show you guys that option. But I feel like most people are more inclined to use rage bait just to try to get the clicks. And if you noticed, I really haven't been trying to do that a lot lately. I've really been trying to like move forward and cover these things fairly, because what good does it do me to gatekeep you out of an experience that might actually blow your freaking mind for a decent price? I mean, I think a 5070 Ti with the frame generation and the DLSS 4, I'm not even joking. Like, dude, I legit feel like I've got a significantly better performing GPU than a 4090. I know. Like, we're using frame generation, we're using AI upscaling, all of that stuff. But I feel like I'm hitting performance that I should be getting with a 5090, or a 90 class card. Like, that's how I feel, because that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm feeling, that's how the experience feels to me as I'm taking that in. It's significantly better than any card I've bought before, right? Any Nvidia GPU that I've bought before, I'm getting significantly better performance per dollar than I've ever gotten before while utilizing these free features. That's why I'm saying, like, look guys, I think that we might just be, I think this is the generation where we are at a split. Like things are, this was the generation, the culmination of everything that's been happening lately with the software stacks and refining those. And now they're finally ready and they're like, okay, these are good. These are very good. We are gonna sell them for money. We're gonna make money back on our research and development over the last 8 years of building out this software stack so that we can upscale your games, but we still wanna make some money on it. I don't know. You let me know if that's fair to you, okay? If you, now that you have the full picture and not just the rage bait anger about the prices, now that you understand that, like, look, these GPUs are about 50-50. Definitely got enough hardware to deliver performance. Definitely do. At least on par with last generation's high end, okay? They are. 5070 Ti is on par with 4080 Super. 9070 XT, almost damn near on par with 7900 XTX. Both of those were $1,000 GPUs last generation. These new generation GPUs that are 70 class cards are $1,000. But they perform better and they have better software stacks. So, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.